What's going on, everybody? Trev Wilson here. Welcome back to the Bourbon Wrench. Today we got a new bourbon review. It's the new Barrell Bourbon Batch 36. Now, if you've been here a while, you know I love Barrell. I've been loving all of the batches, and I'm super stoked to get into this one. I kind of already shot this entire video because my audio messed up. So let's just get into it, because I've already done this. Barrell Bourbon, Batch 36, they upgraded the label. They gave it a little facelift. I kind of like it. I like it. It sticks out better. I like that they just throw the batch on there. They're making it more of a showcase on the bottle. You know I love marketing. You know I love that stuff. The way it stands out on the shelf matters, okay? Making the batch number part of kind of the bottle's identity, I like that. That way people aren't screwing around, looking around. They know it's right there. Upgraded the coloring a little bit, like it. They brought over to the front, you know, what is in the blend, which I like that too. Now let's break it down. Cask strength, a blend of straight bourbon whiskeys. There is a 9-year Kentucky. There is a 7.5, 8, and 10-year Indiana. Nice. And then an 8 and 15-year Tennessee. Right on. Comes in 114.44 proof. Let's get into this sucker and see how it is. Actually, let's see what they say about it. A multi-mash bill blend was created by combining full-bodied barrels with black cherry notes and oak-forward barrels with a nutty flavor profile. After these mingled, younger barrels with stone fruit and peppery highlights were added to the blend. Lastly, older barrels with notes of milk chocolate, cinnamon, and pecans were carefully layered in. The result is an elegant bourbon that is opulent on the finish. Comes out as a mash bill of 79% corn, 16% rye, and 5% malted barley. I like that. I like that they mention all of the, you know, the kind of the steps, what they do, why they blended it in, like what, you know, it kind of shows their thought process and why they did it. And it'll be interesting to see how that translates into the finished product, see if we were able to see that story unfold. So, like always, let's smell it, taste it, and I will tell you what I think of it, and if you should pick it up. You know, the bourbon market is what it is, and I really haven't gotten a lot of new bottles, so that's why the reviews have been kind of lacking, you know? There's just, everything's LE this and sell your kidney for that, you know? Feels nice to have a bottle that's released that people are able to go get, you know? It just gets boring. It gets boring, like going to the liquor store and standing in line and hearing everyone talk about how much they love Blanton's and crap. So let's get into this sucker, see how it is. Nice. I'm kind of glad that I have to redo this entire video, because got a glass in me, got me feeling good, but it also lets it kind of, I'm pouring some more, lets me kind of collect my thoughts a little bit better about what we're smelling, what we're tasting. Spicy. Very, to me, it's so spicy on the nose, and it's not proofy, it's spicy. I mean, like that peppery cinnamon. I just know that this is gonna burn. Nice levels of oak. Like it's not overly oaky by any means. I mean, there's a lot of aged stuff in there. You know, the youngest thing in this 7.5 years. There's a lot of Indiana. It'll be interesting to taste it and see kind of the breakdown. I mean, that's a lot of different barrels going into that, a lot of different ages of stuff too. So there's nothing definitive jumping out on the nose as far as, you know, I feel like a lot of people look at those breakdowns and kind of say, well, is it, you know, to this? Is it to that? You know, people see that 15-year-old Tennessee, and I guarantee you the first thought is it too dickily? Is there too much dickel in it? You know, we don't want to dip too much dickel down in there. And it doesn't. I think it's blended in there nice. You know, you smell that and you don't immediately jump to, oh, well, there's clearly a lot of that, or there's clearly a lot of this. I think when you do that, if they say we blended this, this, and this, and then you immediately jump to one thing, it makes you think, well, they just sprinkled in a little bit of some and then a lot of the other. I think their blending style, how they do it, what they do is awesome, and I think they're able to create something totally unique. It doesn't really scream any of those to me. It screams Barrell, you know? It screams like their own unique product. So I'm liking it. It's very inviting, and I want to drink it again. So maybe I just filmed this video twice because I want to drink it more. All right, let's see. Cheers. Dang. It's a good sign, because that's the literal same exact reaction as the first time. First thing that I gotta point out is the spiciness, okay? Not the proofiness. This is not ethanol-y, not alcohol forward, spicy. I mean, this thing lights your tongue up, this peppery cinnamon spice. I mean, this is all baking spices, cooking spices, exploding on your tongue. Really just lighting you up. I mean, the whole tongue is just spice bomb, and that's awesome. Second thing that I notice is the way it kind of coats your mouth. Not only the mouth feel, but the flavor along with it is very milk chocolatey. And they say it on the back. They do pretty good. Maybe I should just read everything they read on the back and just call it a day. There you go. But the milk chocolatey note is there. A lot of chocolatey. It's like a spicy chocolate bar, you know? Now I will say too, the oak, there is oak. There's layers of oak there, but it's definitely not like the 15 year that's in this is not the star of the show. And that's kind of why I like how they break down the, like, when they added the barrels and kind of why they did. You know, I feel like they say the older barrels are added in last. I think the stars of the show of this are some of those, 8, 9, 10-year-old barrels. Maybe the 9 and 10 is probably what is in this the most, because that's kind of what it tastes like to me. It's like a 10-year-old bourbon. I think they added those older barrels to just kind of round out maybe some rough edges with the blending. It's just not the star of the show. You do not drink this and be like, whoa, that's so bitter and that's so oaky and that's 15 and that's freaking 15 Dickel. You're not gonna do any of that. That's not the star of the show. I think they were just layered in to kind of help the blend. Same with the 7.5. The youngest thing in this is 7.5. This does not drink youthful, and it doesn't drink ultra aged. I think it really does drink like a good, solid 9 to 10-year-old bourbon. Going back to it, getting some nice nuttiness going on. They say pecan. I don't know what kind of nut. It tastes nutty, which that's probably coming from the barrel. Some of that age coming out a little bit. Very welcoming. It's sweet. Okay, it's sweet, but it's not like a fruity sweet. I'm not getting cherry notes. I'm not getting, just bright. I'm not getting citrus notes too. That's something that I like to talk about. Is some of the other batches had like this orangey citrus note. Not getting it on this one. This one's definitely more like, I wouldn't say dessert, like a dessert pour, because I want to drink this before dessert and I want to drink it as dessert. But this definitely reminds me much more of Thanksgiving, Christmas, sitting by a fireplace type of just like, dang, that's some good stuff. A lot more barrel, caramely, nutty, deconstructed Snickers bar type thing going on. Love it. If there is a fruitiness, maybe you get this, because they say black cherry. I don't really get black cherry notes. I'm getting more of the black than the cherry, so like char. I'm getting some barrel char. Yeah, like nutty, toasted nuts, freaking just, it's fantastic, don't get me wrong. But if you're looking for like a fruit bomb, this is a spice bomb. This is spicy, this is nutmeggy, cinnamon, this is caramel, this is Snickers, this is chocolate, milk chocolatey. That's this, okay? I'm bringing that up because if you have, you know, some of the other batches, I know at this point I can't even remember which one was which. I just loved them all. Maybe 33 or 34. A lot more citrus orange peel, that type of thing. This does not have that at all. This does not have that. This is just totally different. All right, let me give you some final thoughts. There's a couple things I would like to say because I think it really does paint a picture about what this is. If you were to blind me with this and you said, Trev, tell me the state of distillation and tell me the age, it would be very, very tricky for me. And I think this might make sense to people. That's why I'm going here. And if it doesn't, then I'm sorry. You can just drink. Pour you something to drink, okay? Pour you something to drink. Watch another video. Leave this going, and when I'm done, leave a like. I think it tells a lot though, because it just goes to show you the blending, how good they are at blending, that no one thing is really the star of the show. It's not being overpowered by any of the states, the different distilleries that these barrels came from. And I think that, to me, is really important. You don't want it to be primarily this, because people will drink that and be like, oh, well, that just tastes like their stuff. Why would I buy that if you don't like them? I think Dickel's a perfect example. I always mention them as, you know, barrel blends with Tennessee a lot. And I think a lot of people will see that 15-year-old Dickel that I'm assuming that is. Okay, it's probably Dickel. They're gonna see that and say, well, you know, I've had 15-year-old Dickel of other bottles that were like $200 and it sucked. I did not like it. So I can see people seeing that and being like, oh, is that it's gonna cut through? I really don't think it does. I really don't think that I would guess this as a Tennessee whiskey. Moving on to the Indiana. I know some people don't like MGP bottles. I know it can feel oversaturated. So many people sourced from them that it just kind of got old. It's like you were getting the same exact barrel proof thing, just in a different label. Whoa. It just felt like you were getting the same barrel proof thing in a different label. It was just over and over and over the same thing. Again, you know, I can kind of see the hints of it there, but again, I don't think it's predominantly that. The Kentucky, I think that's what we know the most. I think that's what we're all used to, is just like Kentucky bourbon. If anything, I would have hedged my bets and called this a Kentucky bourbon that I would question. I'd be like, I don't know if that's just Kentucky. That might be, you know what I'm saying? I think they did good with the blend. I think they didn't let anything shine too much. They didn't let it take over. I don't know how much of that rant I'm gonna keep in the video. So at this point, if I kept it all, thanks for listening to it all. And if that was short, then you're welcome, because I cut that segment short. Next, I think, you know, today's bourbon market, right, is primarily LE this, limited edition that, rare release, distillery only release, small batch release only. I mean, it's just nothing but hard to get crap, okay? A lot of age-stated stuff. Oh yeah, we're dropping a 14-year. It's hyped. I want a 14-year-old. I want some 15-year-old wild turkey. Then it's like $400, and I can't get it. So even though I wanted to pay that, I can't go get it. People are buying it. So it's to me, it's gotten so old. Just, there's nothing new coming to the market where it's like, I can go and there it is on the shelf and it's just waiting for me to take it home and drink it. I just appreciate so much that Barrell keeps doing these batches that are consistently age-stated, they're consistently transparent, and they're consistently there, and they're consistently good. it just makes me want to support them more. Like, please keep doing this. And I wish other people would do that. I mean, to me, this tastes like a 10-year-old delicious bourbon, and it's like 80 bucks. Like all of their other batch, 33, 34, 35, bam, here's a 36. It's the same price. There it is on the shelf. Go get it. Go give it a try. You're not having to spend $150. I'm not gonna name any names, Old Forester 10-year. This is basically 10 years. It's cheaper. It tastes 10. It tastes delicious. Like, what are we doing? I think that just gives it bonus points. This was an A. I give it an A. Really like this. Now it's a freaking A+. What's sad is that this is one of the first new bottles, like new to 2024 bottles that I have gotten, because most things are ridiculous to get. They're just some one-off stuff. So kudos to you, Barrell, for putting this out. I love it. I'm not gonna tell you you have to go buy this. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever, go get it. Because your money's your money, your palate's your palate. What I'm gonna tell you, if you are a Barrell lover, again, another solid release. Simple. Simple as that. I love Barrell. I had high hopes coming into this, and they were met. All there is to it. If you aren't a Barrell lover, I think this is a good one to pick up because, to me, this tastes like a solid aged product. Again, I would give it tastes solid 10 years old. Easily. If I were to be blinded and you were to ask me the age on this, 10 years old, and it's just a solid pour. So there we have it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys go get this, let me know what you think of it. Let others know. Go to the comment section, leave a comment, let people know what you think, so they're not just listening to a drunk dude in his room telling you what to do with your life. Cheers, everybody. Absolutely love you. Like the video, subscribe, comment, check out the Patreon if you want to support me more. And if you don't want to support me more and you didn't like the video, then you can suck it. Till next time, I'm Trev Wilson. I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers. Freaking love you, Barrell. Thank you. Thank you for doing this. For always putting something good out. It's boring. Bourbon world's gotten boring. Boring. Rare this, LE that, give me your money, $700, freaking screw you.